Russia's attacks and atrocities are mounting in Ukraine, and so is the exodus from the country. The United Nations said today that more than 4.5 million Ukrainians have fled the country 47 days after Russia's invasion. And new satellite images show a massive 8-mile-long Russian convoy headed east. This after forces retreated from the north to regroup. We begin tonight with Debora Patta reporting from Kyiv, and we should note that the images that you're about to see are definitely disturbing.
Good evening. This is two very different countries depending on where you are. In the north here in Kyiv, relative calm now that areas around the capital are back in Ukrainian hands, while along the eastern front in Donbass, residents are braced for an all-out Russian assault.
From land, sea and air, Russia has unleashed sustained misery on the Donbass region for more than 6 weeks. There's not much that hasn't been reduced to rubble in cities like Mariupol. Those who've escaped denounce it as worse than hell. And there's a new offensive on the way. Satellite imagery shows a massive 8-mile Russian convoy heading south towards the eastern front line, with a new battlefield commander at the helm, Alexander Vornikov, the general accused of ordering strikes that flatten civilian neighborhoods in Syria. Already in the liberated areas around Kyiv, destruction on an industrial scale, and a street littered with graphic evidence of atrocities, the kind seldom available to prosecutors. Lawmaker Kira Riddick has also been collecting evidence of hidden crimes, the weapon wielded behind closed doors, rape.
I want to know their names and last names because I want them to be accountable.
The stories from these occupied towns are nauseating. Mothers forced to watch their sons and daughters violated, soldiers raping women in front of their children. Soldiers who also have mothers back home in Russia.
I don't think that once you raise a child, you think that at some point he will grow up as a man who will be doing these unspeakable things to women.
The hotline set up to report these war crimes has been overwhelmed. More than 15,000 calls a day, says Ukraine's human rights chief, Lyudmila Denisova. It's hard to believe this is happening in the 21st century, she told us. But today, another mass grave, fresh new torment. In Bosova near Kyiv, the daughter of one of the victims held back by police to prevent her seeing the crimes Russia is trying to hide.
And Debora Patta joins us now. Debora, when you hear words like genocide and extermination, could the international court successfully prosecute Putin for war crimes?
Well, Russia is not part of the International Criminal Court. Putin withdrew in 2016. They could charge him, but getting him in front of the court is the tough part. The ICC does not have its own police force and relies on countries to arrest suspects. Jerika?
Wow. Debora Patta and our CBS News crew, thank you.